It was getting very late when the Cadillac stopped in front of the Winterfield house. Barbara peered out into the thick blackness as the clear night was transformed into rain. "I wish they'd call it the Hoffman House now," she stated. "Keeping its name seems to bring up so many unhappy memories." "I see your point, but there isn't much we can do about it. This house, after all, is part of our history." Jeff slipped his arm round her shoulder. "So did you have a good time tonight?" "I loved it, thanks a lot. I really needed a break from all this." She leaned over and kissed him on the cheek. "See you in school on Monday." "Are you sure you're going to be all right?" "I'll be fine. Don't worry about me." Bye. Climbing out of the car, she watched it roar away. "Well, here we go again. Another night in this dump." Barbara pulled out her key to unlock the door, but the key wouldn't fit. She leaned down a little, making sure it went in the lock. "Oh, what?" she groaned. There was something stuck in the keyhole. It felt like putty. Then she noticed the pot on the floor that Jake had been using. "Oh, very funny little brother." Not wanting to wake her parents, she went round the back of the house, that was also locked, putty in the lock. She started shaking the door, thumping on it. "Mom! Dad! I can't get in." Large drops of rain began to fall from the sky, becoming faster and harder. The sky seemed to have turned to a reedy color as lightning lit up the night sky. Frantically she started kicking the door. "Come on! Someone up there must be able to hear me." Just then something moved in the shadows at the back of the house. It seemed to float in amongst the trees. Barbara flinched. Whatever it was had moved towards the swing. "Who's there?" She swallowed hard, slowly edging away from the back door. "Mr. Crail, is that you?" There was no reply. But then it veered away, coming out of the trees right towards her as she stood there frozen, unable to speak, so afraid even to scream. The shadow seemed to mutate into a figure as it glided ever closer. Just then a light came on in the house. The figure stopped, its eyes reflecting the yellow light. In a flash it vanished back into the blackness to which it had come. Barbara collapsed against the back wall, her heart still hammering. The handle on the back door slowly turned, but of course the door wouldn't open. "Barb, is that you?" Mr. Hoffman called through the door. "I can't unlock this blasted door. Come round the front." Dad, it's no good, someone's put putty in the lock." There was a moment of conversing. "Hold on a minute, dear," Mrs. Hoffman requested. "We're going to find something to clear the locks. Hurry, please. I'm going to soak out here." She wrapped her arms around herself, huddling against the wall, doing her best to keep in the dry, with the limited roof cover. "Not long now," her father called. Then to Barbara's relief, a thin metal poker pushed out the sticky mess, and the lock clicked. Quickly she nearly stumbled into the house. "Where's Jake? I could kill him," she bawled, feeling confused, scared and very, very annoyed. "He's in bed," her mom whispered. "Try to keep the noise down." "I'm hardly going to wake the neighbors, am I? Don't you get it? He was playing with silly stuff earlier. He must have stuffed it after you locked up." "I don't think so," Mr. Hoffman said frankly. "Looks like it was put in there from the outside. Did you see anyone out there?" "I don't know. What I imagined the figure." "No. I mean yes, in the woods. They came right for me, but the light must have scared him. That means he can't be far off. I'm going after him." Barbara's dad's eyes narrowed. "You'd better get changed before you catch the flu." With that he bolted out the back door into the rain. Wrestling out of her soaked clothes, she slipped on her nightshirt and dressing gown, while her mother made her a hot cocoa, which she sipped slowly, hoping her dad would catch her tormentor. It was then they heard shouting from the back garden. Both mother and daughter raced to the kitchen as Mr. Hoffman came back in. "Get in there, you!" He pushed someone into the light. Barbara's eyes widened, and her mouth dropped in disbelief. "Jeff,